Well, this is my first attempt to make a paddleboard for clubbies to use, and I tried to use the ingredients that I was using in surfboards, and it's only got a slightly wider tail because I observed that from watching them that when they paddle you dig in deep and then you come back and then come up, and every time you come up the tail sinks, and it's not a lot, but if you do that 200 times in a race and you lose a second every time, you know, it would make a big difference. So that was what I first realised, and then I thought, okay, well, I'll make one with a widest tail. This one is within the dimensions that the Surf Lifesaving Australia say you can use. They told me, and I just made it as wide as I could within that restriction. Then after I made this, I realised a much wider tail would be better. But then I rang Surfing Australia and spoke to the head man, and he said, don't even bother, because even if it does go better, we can't use it because there's about 10,000 of this craft out there in use, and we'd have to change them all over. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty innovative, way to run things. But anyway, so I never ever went to do it what I really wanted, because what was the point? It was never going to be allowed to be used. The length is it's 9 foot plus, I'd say. Could be close to 10 foot. That was a restriction also. This is pretty much within the limits of the Surfing Australia clubbies. That's because I got all the right dimensions. But then when I rang, and he said, no, it's no point in trying to improve it because we won't accept it. I just thought, what's the point?
Steve Millsy.
Oh yeah, well actually Millsy, who's the head, Steve Mills, who's the head lifeguard in Byron, he rode it. I put him on it to give it a test run, and he rode it, and he said it paddled unreal. It went really good, but in the end he stood up and rode a wave on it like a surfboard. So, but anyway, yeah, no, another thing restricted by
bureaucracy,
by the operation,
the bureaucrats,
bureaucratic operation of Surf Lifesaving. No wonder they go like this, the poor bastards.
So this is the only one?
No, this is the only one I've ever made. And then I was about to make the second one, like I said, but I got told don't bother, so I didn't.